Time passed quickly. After spotting the signal in the sky, Zeke started moving swiftly as he sensed the Emperor's hound seemed to have found the location of the Kaiser relic. But before he had gone far, the protagonist suddenly sensed presences behind him. He glanced back slightly. He thought, so fast, the meaning of that flare, splitting into 5 branches, it's the heaven and earth net. It means eliminating the threat at all costs. Using the flare as a center, they'll search the surrounding area to pinpoint the target, then gradually tighten the encirclement. The pursuit order represents the hunters. All hunters in the area will maintain this encirclement until the one who issued the order recalls it. It's like a death sentence. Last time, even when fighting for the relic the Emperor targeted in the northern continent, I died under the heaven and earth net. But now I have the system. Thinking this, Zeke immediately took out 2 twin blades from his bag and gripped them tightly. Just in time, the assassin hounds closed in and attacked him from 4 directions. Their swords aimed at Zeke with wind-splitting speed, but instead of fear, our protagonist felt a bit of excitement. He thought, worth a try, then. Zeke's hands moved like a machine, leading after images in the air, deflecting all incoming attacks. Immediately afterward, he leaped backward, escaping the assassin's encirclement and maintaining a safe distance. Then, after carefully observing them, Zeke confirmed his thoughts. Sure enough, these guys' skill was different from the previous ones. He'd just thought that. Behind Zeke, countless footsteps sounded, more assassins arriving. In seconds, countless figures in black cloaks surrounded Zeke. Even he felt a headache coming on. This is troublesome, he sighed, observing the system map. In front of him, countless red dots covered the area, with more continuously arriving. He muttered, if I use it, I can still escape, but that would mean throwing away the disguise I've painstakingly created. Any other way, I didn't plan to use it for this, he thought. With no other choice, Zeke took out a small whistle. Under the curious gazes of the assassins, he took a deep breath and blew into it with all his might, producing a piercing sound that echoed in all directions. Hearing this, the assassins became wary, looking around. What's that? Did he call for reinforcements? On the other side, the scarred assassin saw Zeke suddenly pull out small spheres and shouted, smoke grenades. The sound was just a lure. Get him immediately. Hearing the order, the hounds charged to stop him. Unfortunately, they were a little too late. Zeke threw the spheres to the ground, causing them to explode and create thick black smoke that covered the surroundings. Seizing the opportunity, Zeke's figure vanished instantly. Despite the team leader's frustration, he calmly instructed, don't panic. Once the heaven and earth net is set, no one can escape. Maintain your positions and look for unusual movements in the smoke and shadows. Having said that, he looked around, but only saw his teammates. This made him puzzled. No trace at all. He thought obscuring our vision was enough for a retreat, or was it something to do with the whistle just now, wondered the team leader. As if to answer this question, the scream of an assassin echoed. His body flew into the air like a tattered sack. The team leader was stunned. What the hell is going on? He quickly looked around and finally saw the cause of the surprise attack. It turned out to be a group of shirtless, hulking men, like bears, attacking and crushing his subordinates. These maniacs, the barbarians, what's going on? We haven't provoked them. If it were just 1 or 2 aggressive ones, it would be understandable, but they're attacking in a whole pack like this. The more he thought about it, the more puzzled the team leader became. On the other side, an assassin angrily shouted, you lowly savages, dare attack us. He coated his sword in aura and slashed at a barbarian's waist, but when his sword hit the massive body, it was like hitting steel. His sword was knocked away. Trembling, the assassin's eyes widened in disbelief. However, before he could think much, the barbarian delivered a devastating punch, turning his head into a bloody mess. Like that, the assassins were literally crushed. The team leader, observing from the side, was terrified. No good. This is the first time I've seen them this agitated. With our current strength, this is too dangerous. Thinking that, to prevent the remaining subordinates from arriving and becoming prey for the barbarians, the team leader took out a signal flare and fired it into the sky, shouting, recall the heaven and earth net, retreat, retreat immediately. Hearing this, the assassins were overjoyed. They scrambled to escape, using all their strength. The barbarians pursued relentlessly, only giving up when the assassins were completely gone. Then Zeke appeared, climbing out of a hole he dug for cover, and laughed. "It's more effective than I thought." Saying that, he looked at the broken whistle in his hand. It's a tribal horn, used to transmit orders quickly on a chaotic battlefield, a tactical tool of the tribes. In my past life, I accidentally befriended the Mohawkin tribe and learned how to make these horns and their signaling system. The sound I just made means that an outsider has violated their ancestral sacred ground. Tribal people are often seen as uncivilized savages. But in reality, they have their own unique cultural traditions and civilization. With this shoddy craftsmanship, it'll probably only work once. Alright, time to find the real relic. Without those assassins bothering him, Zeke quickly moved according to the map's directions. And soon after, he approached Kaiser's relic. However, upon entering, he realized the assassins weren't the only obstacle. Inside the relic was something far more dangerous and terrifying. Zeke was hiding behind a wall at this moment. He cautiously peeked out. What he saw was a gigantic 9-headed monster constantly scanning its surroundings. A system notification appeared, detected a corrupted dragon species infested with dark energy. Seeing this notification, the protagonist was stunned, one difficulty after another. A corrupted dragon species, what the heck is that? According to the minimap, that door up there, can the system open it? He wondered, and the system replied with a notification, admin request confirmed, connecting to the control system, connected to Kaiser, the Hero King's resting places system, opening the door. As announced, the stone door rumbled open, revealing a passage behind it. But when the giant monster noticed this, it went berserk. Seeing this, Zeke could only manage a strained smile. Sneaking past it seemed impossible. Zeke took a deep breath and activated his invisible step wind technique. His body shot forward like an arrow, dancing amidst the monstrous attacks of the giant creature. His intention was to use the invisible step to disrupt its vision and quickly reach the entrance. Just a little further, Zeke muttered to himself as the entrance was now before him. But it wasn't that easy. Before Zeke could reach the entrance, a massive mouth lunged beside him. It opened wide, striking sideways, sending debris flying everywhere. Luckily, Zeke dodged the attack. He was starting to get really angry. To teach this serpent a lesson, with a battle cry, he immediately used the first chapter of the Dragon Slayer technique, the Dragon Slaying Strike. Inflicting countless slashes on the giant serpent's body, causing it to roar in agony. Blood splattered everywhere. Some landed on Zeke. Wherever it touched, it sizzled and smoked. This forced Zeke to pause. He couldn't attack recklessly anymore. Its blood was acidic. A 9-headed monster with acidic blood. Even my master in my past life could only barely defeat it. Like a 9-headed hydra. Alright, let's try this, Zeke thought, gripping his sword tighter. Across from him, the dragon's 9 heads glared with dangerous intent.